Hello friends, how's everyone doing today? This is Sherry and welcome to my channel, Turquoise Dreaming. I'm so glad you're here. Well, I'm here to share a journal with you. I had a little squirrel moment in the last few days or the last week, and I'm working on two other journals, but I just wanted to make a Valentine journal, so I did. So here it is, super cute. I'll show you my inspiration piece in just a second, but it's tied with a pretty red ribbon here. So that wraps around a couple of times and it just comes off. So when someone's ready to use the journal, or if they didn't want to keep the ribbon on there, they wouldn't have to. I have a little goodie bag I had a little goodie envelope tucked in the back of the ribbon there, but this is the cover and this was my inspiration here. This little Valentine. It's a vintage, I mean, you can tell by the colors and everything. It is a vintage, Valentine card. I haven't made any Valentine journals in a couple of years, and I don't know, I just didn't get around to it or had other things I was doing. So this year I said I really wanted to make one, and so I just stopped and made one. I may make some more, but we'll see. So anyway, this was my inspiration piece. It says, "To a sweet little Valentine." It has a little girl there, and she's got a bunch of, it looks like Valentines here in front of her. I love the little ruffle around the heart here. That's part of the card. And this little bird with a heart there. And just so cute. This little red-headed girl in her pink dress. And so I backed it with pretty scrapbook paper. You see the red rickrack here, and then the back, this paper wraps around the back, and then we've got the rickrack again here. And the base I started with were two red envelopes, so you can kind of see them a little bit under here, but I wanted to, sturdy it up and everything. So I have basically the envelope is 2 layers of paper, then you've got the scrapbook paper on the outside, that's a 3rd layer. Then you've got scrapbook paper on the inside, that is a 4th layer. That makes for a very sturdy cover. And I actually have another layer here on the edges, which is a little side tuck pocket. So as you open up, you can see the front cover here, where I have this I wanted a base so I could put pockets and not feel like I'm covering anything up. I wanted to find kind of a base overall pattern here on the inside. So that's why I chose this pretty paper here. And then this is the same paper. That was actually a scrap from out here. This same paper that's on the outside. So I use that here as a little tuck spot. And I have an applique here. I only had one of these, but I used it in here. I was about to put a little red flower there, and I said, hold on, I think I might have a Valentine something or other in my little appliques where I keep my appliques. So I looked through, and sure enough, I found that little Valentine's Day box exploding with envelopes and hearts, and I thought that's going to put that right there. So tucked in here, I have a little Valentine card that I had made, like a journaling card. I had made this a couple of years ago, so finally I am tucking it in here. And then I used different papers, and I'll show you, but this is a pretty piece of scrapbook paper that has like a crackle finish look to it. Isn't it pretty? I love it. And then I have clipped on the top here just a, I did this like I've been doing some of my journals, where I just clip things in for you to decorate and do as you wish when someone gets this journal. But this is a pretty pink doily. Everything in here is original except for this right here. I actually printed that out a couple years ago when I was on, let's see, I was on Tsunami Rose. I think that was Tsunami Rose. Wait a minute. Yeah, that was Tsunami Rose digital kit, and I was on her design team, and I had got her Valentine digi kit and made some Valentine cards and a Valentine journal. So that was a couple years ago though. So that was a heart, that was a doily there that you can put somewhere as a decoration, and a heart that I cut out by hand. This is not this is not punch or anything. I cut some hearts out by hand a couple years ago, or I might have done that last year. I don't know when I did those, but anyway, there's one there that you can decorate with. So how do I have this on here? Oh, I think, did I have it on like this? I don't know, but there we go. And that's a heart paper clip there. And so on the back of this paper, it has like a grid on it, like graph paper. So I thought that was cool. and then I folded it up, the extra up here, to make a little pocket. And in this pocket I have, this is a wallpaper tag of this wallpaper that has hearts on it, and I added a little bow there and a button. And this is a little Valentine thing. I think this is a printable here, this little quote, and I decorated it with this little heart. But this is a little like place card, name card you would put on the table or something when you're, putting name places on your table. But I made that into a little journaling spot here, and you can glue this down somewhere if you wanted to as a decoration, and then right inside, or make it even a little tuck spot if you glue the sides down, and you can tuck something underneath it. But anyway, it's a cute little quote there, so a little Valentine quote. So those are tucked in there. This is a pretty piece of stationery. It's got these pink flowers around the rim or border there. And then this is pink lined paper. And another Valentine card here with this cute little bear on it. So that's a good writing, or put a picture there or something. Here's a little red flower. That's the one I was going to put in the front there. And then I found that Valentine applique, but I like the combination of light blue and red, so I put that little applique flower right there. This is another piece of stationery. This one's cardstock. And then here's some music paper. This is a children's piano book, and I added this pom-pom trim here on this page. And this is a pink like a pink receipt or some type of invoice paper, but it was pink, so I put it in here. I thought it was pretty. This is a Valentine bingo card, really cute. So you can do something with that. You can glue it down, you can cut it up, you can do whatever you want, but I thought it was really cute. And this is some pink, paper I had that is like, I think it's actually handmade paper, and I don't know where I got it. I think maybe I got it in Happy Mail, but I kind of don't remember. But I found it when I was looking for papers that I wanted to put in here. I found it, and I just thought, let me put this in here because it's actually really beautiful. And so and it's got a fold out here, as you can see. And I just clipped this little Valentine bingo card on there. So that's that. And then here we have a red page. This is Astro Brights paper. I have a pack of that I had one pack or a couple packs that I coffee dyed, and I mingled the colors. And this is a pack that I did not coffee dye, so it's a fresh red piece of paper that I thought would look pretty in here. Here's a little paper clip I have in here that I made out of some like yarn scraps. So if you have yarn, like little pieces of yarn you don't know what to do with, you could make some paper clips out of them. That's what I did here. And so I have that clipped up here. Well, let me put this back too. This is a little like card that I had made out of just little squares of paper, and it opens up. This is cardstock here, and you can write in there. You can glue it down somewhere as a tuck spot, or in the middle as a card type thing. It could be like this. It could even be like this, or as a tuck spot, and then you can still write inside. So lots of options with the things I put in my journals. It's for you to use your imagination and figure out what you want to do with them. So this right here is a shorter, piece of paper. It's blue on this side. See how bright it is, and then it's a lighter blue on this side. It's not white, and that's how it was when I got it. I didn't, color it or anything, but I put it low like this in case you wanted to, or someone wanted to, take it and glue here, and it could be a pocket on this page. And then I added this little heart right there. That's a little punch out. There's a pocket here on this next page. I'll tell you about this page in a second, but in here I have a pretty bookmark. Beautiful bookmark I had in my stash. And this is a Valentine, a vintage little Valentine. So cute. And here's a couple little Valentine stickers to have fun with. So those are in that pocket. So on this page, I wanted to put a pretty piece of scrapbook paper in the middle so you can see how pretty this is. Oh, and I did bind this with some pink and white baker's twine, but I spritzed the back of this paper since it was white. I have some pink food coloring spray that I keep, I keep all those sprays handy here in my craft room, and I sprayed the back of this with that pink spray. and that was, had to wait for that to dry and everything, but I was so anxious waiting for it to dry, but it finished and I got it in here. So that's just what I wanted, a pretty center piece here. And then on this pocket, or in this pocket, I have a children's magazine. It's from the, just one second. Sorry, someone was coming in my front door, going out my front door. I wanted to see what was going on. So I had a 1940s or 1950s children's magazine, and it was the February edition, so I had a lot of Valentine things in it. So I cut this out. It had some wintry things in there too. So this was a pretty poem that was in there, and it's about snow, and it's about patterns in the snow. So I put that in there for someone to do what they wanted with in this pocket. And this is a guest check that I dyed with my pink food coloring. So those are in there. Another one of those you know, pieces that you can glue down and make a pocket if you want, or just keep it separate. And there's one of those little hearts right there. On this page, I paper clipped this is one of my Rolodex cards that I make. So one of my Rolodex cards, and then this is a journaling card that you can do whatever you want with those two things. Glue them down, make them into pockets, use them for writing. They both are white on the back, so you can write on them. You can use them as a base for a picture, anything like that. On this page, this is that handmade paper. We're on the back half now, but this is a little envelope that I made out of some scrapbook paper, and I glued the flap over here. And so you can put something in the envelope, or also, again, you could, if you wanted to, put glue here and make this into, or just here and make this into a tuck spot. See, something can tuck right in there if you wanted to make that into a tuck spot, but you can also leave it as an envelope. And then there's that pink invoice paper. That's the handmade paper. So you'll see patterns and texture and pieces and maybe some fibers in this handmade paper. It's really cool. So that invoice, the music paper, and on here I put some trim with hearts on it. Can you see the little outline of red hearts? And that's like a little knit or crochet with the hearts on there. Really pretty. And then this is the stationery. And then here's a page, this blue paper where it has the two shades of blue. I put just a pretty pink, you know, staying with the colors. And it says kind right here. This is made from, I think, a magazine page or a book page of some kind, but it's a little tag that I just thought was pretty in here. So that is there. And you can always glue tags down as a pocket too, or you can make them flip out, like make a little hinge and make a little flip out. So many things, right? So many things. And then, let's see what else. That's the card. And then this is the pink lined paper with a little flip out there. This is the other stationery pocket here on the crackle paper. So in here I have a recipe card. I think this is German here, but the title is in German, but the rest of it is in English. So very cool looking recipe there, German recipe possibly, and a bridge score sheet. And those are always fun to do something with, right? Write on, glue down somewhere. And then we're at the back cover here. As you can see, it's the same as the front. And I've got a Valentine envelope, you know, the old-fashioned Valentine envelopes that you used to have when you were a kid, the little envelopes that go with the little Valentine. So there's one of those. And this is some more pieces from that 40s or 50s or whatever it was children's magazine. This was a cute picture in there, and then this too was a cool thing. Let me see what this was. Oh, this had just a little brown bear, a little, you know, you can make some drawing cards out of these or whatever you want, but I thought this was the side I liked here with all the little characters. So I put that in there for someone to have fun with. And by the way, I didn't mention that I did stitch around the cover here with red thread. So it's a straight stitch all the way around the whole thing with the red thread. And then I stitched on this pocket here on both sides, you know, front and back. And I think I stitched on another pocket in here. Let me see if I can find it. Well, this one's stitched, you know, this middle paper stitched on both sides. So And I think I stitched on all the pockets basically. So yeah, see this one stitched right there. Yeah, so anyway, I did a little bit of stitching in here. That was fun. And so in the little goodie envelope, I just put a few things, but I think they're cute. You could have some fun with these. The pink tickets, some of those. For, 2 or 4, however you want to look at it. This is some little post-it notes, so I like the color on these. And I was just like, I only have 2 of these. I don't know where I got them, maybe in Happy Mail or something, but they're so cute, aren't they? And so pretty. With the pink, it says to-do list, so 2 of those. So you can glue those down, stick those down as a writing spot, or make them into a journaling card, back them with some file folder, a little, this is like, I call it applique flower. That I cut this from a shirt, a bunch of these from a shirt. So one of those is fabric, There's some little hearts I punched from like my scrapbook paper. So here's a heart here. You could use either side, whichever side you like. 2 of those. And then this is a little fabric. I cut this out freehand from some fabric, some little fabric hearts. So that is super pretty. And then one of these, I have a few of these from a couple years ago. So I put one of these little hearts. It has a bling there in the middle. And here's 2 more hearts. The other ones were cardstock, and these are just red paper that I had punched some. I have a little drawer over my bits and pieces here in my dresser, and I know I showed it to you in my organization video, but yeah, I have a bunch of hearts in there, so I just pulled some from there. So those are some little red ones that I thought would be appropriate for Valentine's Day. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed my little squirrel moment here where I just had to make a Valentine journal. And now that I have the stuff out, I might have to make some more, right? So thanks for watching today. There it is. It'll be in my shop when you see this video. And if it's not there and it's already sold, say when you go there and you want one, just message me and let me know, and that will encourage me to make another one if I go, if I'm still deciding whether or not I'm going to make another one. Or maybe I'm working on one and maybe you want to tell me that you want it or something. So yeah, just let me know, and I will talk to you soon. Have a great day. Happy crafting.